Welcome back to another night at VBS exploring the Israelites' wilderness wanderings. At this point, it has been about 3 months since the Israelites left Egypt, and they are camped at the base of Mount Sinai. God kept his promises to his people time and again, miraculously providing water, food, and victory in battle. But even with enemies all around them, the Israelites' worst enemy turns out to be themselves, because they continue to doubt, disobey, and complain. In a camp as large as the Israelites, there were frequent disputes and issues among the people. Moses worked hard to manage these, settling matters of every kind and acting as a go-between for the people and the Lord. In Rephidim, when his father-in-law Jethro visited, bringing Moses' wife and sons, he restored Moses' family life back to him, which must have been a comfort to Moses. But after seeing the huge crowds of people, Jethro also gave him useful fatherly advice and helped Moses to set in place a system of representatives with a chain of command to relieve Moses of personal responsibility for the minutiae of daily peacekeeping. Camp life benefited from the introduction of additional representatives. With additional order established in the Israelite camp, the time is now right for the Israelites to go to Sinai and for God to set down commandments and rules for his chosen people to abide by and benefit from.
Charles, I have a problem.
What's the problem?
Where is the line to wait and speak to Moses?
What rock have you been living under?
What do you mean, rock?
First of all, there's a new system. No lines. You speak straight to a representative now.
Oh, really?
And second of all, Moses ain't even here yet. He went up on Mount Sinai and hasn't never come back.
Look, there's Moses.
Moses, what happened when God called you up there?
Oh, the Lord spoke to me and he said that if our people would obey his commands, that he would love us, and he would cherish us, and he would make us a holy nation.
So what you're saying is God's offering us a covenant.
That's right.
All the Lord has spoken, we will do.
Yes, yes, of course.
Is everyone here in agreement with this?
Yes,
Of course.
Okay, I guess I'll go back up the mountain then and let the Lord know that we're deals on.
You want to sit down and rest for a minute? You're kind of old.
Yeah, you're right, Aaron. You're right. One trip up the mountain a day is enough for my 120 years old.
God gave Moses the details of the covenant agreement, and Moses received what we now know as the Ten Commandments over many conversations, many days, and actually over many trips that Moses made up Mount Sinai. Before God called Moses up on the mountain, the Israelites were asked to clean their clothes, to cleanse themselves and assemble near the foot of the mountain, but come no further to observe as God would descend into a cloud at the top of the mountain. The Israelites were terrified and asked Moses to remain their representative and speak for them with God. This was a very special time with deep significance. God was consecrating his people and showing them the path of righteousness and the blessings they would receive through him.
Morning, Sylvie.
Good morning. Goodness, you're all wet.
Yes, well, they said we had to wash our clothes clean before we came, and I didn't have time to dry mine.
Sounds like to me you waited until the last minute.
They didn't say we had to be dry.
That kind of sounds like it's splitting hairs, isn't it? I mean, the point is on preparation, and purity.
Yeah, who's checking anyway?
Maybe God when he comes down from the mountain to speak with Moses?
Up there?
Yes, they said he's coming down and gonna speak to him face to face with Moses. Speak face to face about our covenant agreement.
That's why we're standing here
And don't touch that
and
mountain.
keeping back from touching the mountain.
Yeah. Don't touch that. Don't touch it.
Okay, everybody stay back. Do not get close to the mountain. No pushing, no shoving. That could end in a very unfortunate accident. The mountain is holy.
Oh. Oh.
Moses, come now and bring Aaron with you.
Please hurry, Moses, and don't keep him waiting. Moses, is this arrangement gonna hold?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you go talk to God and then tell
Yeah.
us what God says, right? We don't
Yeah, you
have
do
to
that,
go
right.
talk to God ourselves.
Yeah. Please, Moses, please, you do it.
Speak to us yourself, and we'll listen. But do not have God speak to us or we'll die. So only you speak to God and then to us.
Right. Right,
That's
please.
the idea, Charles.
Yep.
Well, you ready, brother?
Okay.
Better stay about halfway up there, so it's a little scary up here. Lord, what are your commandments for your people?
I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of a land of slavery. You will have no other gods before me. You will not create nor worship an idol. You will not take the name of the Lord in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Honor your father and your mother. You will not murder. You will not commit adultery. You will not steal. You will not give false testimony about your neighbor. You will not covet your neighbor's possessions.
Lord, your commandments are holy and full of wisdom. We will keep them in our hearts. Thank you.
The commandments make clear God's design for his people's lives, that they should keep themselves holy and honor him in all ways. God continued speaking with Moses, and on a later trip, Moses was commanded to bring his brother Aaron and Aaron's sons Nadab and Abihu, in addition to bringing 70 elders of Israel up to worship the Lord. All except Moses were told to remain at a distance, while Moses directly approached and met with God.
Oh, they're back.
Wow, how was it?
It was.
It was. What'd you do up there? What'd you see?
We worship the Lord.
We saw the Lord.
Really?
He was right there.
God was right there.
The God of Israel.
Under his feet was something like
Like a pavement made of sapphire stone.
as bright as the sky.
Whoa.
And he did not kill us. We saw God and we ate and we drank.
Again, Moses was summoned to ascend Mount Sinai, this time to receive tablets upon which the Lord had inscribed the law and commandments. Joshua was to accompany Moses on this occasion.
wait here for us. And Aaron, they're in charge while we're gone. If you have any problems, you take it to them.
Wait, you're going up the mountain again?
You can't rush these things, Jeffrey. You do still want a covenant with God, don't you?
Yes, of course.
Well, in that case, you all need to be on your best behavior for her and Aaron, you hear? If I don't want to hear any trouble. I'm looking at you, Charles.
That just does not look very hospitable environment at all.
No.
Moses and Joshua are fine. That's just God's glory, and it's nothing directed at them.
Oh,
Yeah, but imagine that fire directed against you instead of for you.
yes. I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of God.
No, you really don't. Do you know what he promised?
Yes.
Well, among other things, he said, I will send my terror ahead of you and throw into confusion every nation you encounter.
He did. He detailed plans for us how to slowly drive out the Canaanites and other nations to make room for us.
Yes, and that's why we serve God and follow His commandments. Good night.
Moses was on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. The Lord shared detailed instructions for how to clothe and consecrate priests, how to create a tabernacle to worship God in, and the furnishings for the tabernacle, including constructing an ark to keep the stone tablets with the commandments in. He set laws for interpersonal relationships, care for slaves, animals, fields, and harvests, and a great many other issues. By the time Moses and Joshua finally returned, the Israelites had managed to completely forget their covenant agreement with God and were in the process of rewriting their history.
Moses, I hear the noise of war in the camp.
Our people are under attack.
Wait, that sounds like
Is that drums that I hear?
they are under attack, but from the evil one. It's Moses!
Oh, no.
Moses, your people whom you brought out of Egypt have become corrupt. They are quick to turn away from my commands and made a golden calf to bow down to in praise for delivering them from Egypt. These people are a stiff-necked people. My anger will burn against them and destroy them.
Lord, please reconsider. You delivered them out of Egypt with your great and mighty hand. Do not let the Egyptians say that you brought them here to this strange mountain to destroy them. Remember, you swore to make them a great nation.
Very well. You may handle it.
Moses, brother, you've been worried. You've been gone so long.
That's right. We were like, whatever happened to that Moses fella? And we're like, I don't know.
I was only gone for 40 days, Aaron. You knew this was going to take time. We had this all worked out. This was all part of the plan.
Well, we just didn't know, you know.
And what in the world did they ever do to you, these people, that you would cause them to do this great sin?
Moses, don't be angry. You know how prone to evil these people are. They came to me, Charles and Jerry and Sylvia and all of them, and they said, make us gods that go before us. And for this Moses fellow, we just do not know what happened to him.
Wait. This Moses fellow?
Yeah, so I told everyone to bring me their golden earrings. I threw them in the fire, and out come this statue, just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
No. You have made us the laughing stock before all of our enemies. Nadab, Abihu. Rally the Levites. Tell them to go into the camp and eliminate all those people, the worst offenders. Go. And as for this wicked idol, this abomination to the Lord, Joshua, help me put this back into the fire. And we'll just see what pops out. Once this burns down, I will grind it up into dust, and all of you will drink it. You tell everyone in the camp. You have committed a great sin. But now I will return up the mountain of God to see if God will forgive you. Perhaps I can make atonement. And I need a new set of tablets.
Moses had responded in his anger and disappointment by recklessly throwing down the tablets God had given him that were inscribed with the laws. But even with all of this, he continued speaking with God as an intercessor for the people's sin. This mirrored how Jesus would later do the same thing for us. On his final ascent, God required him to bring new stone tablets to be inscribed upon. Once again, Moses was on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. He did not eat or drink during this time, and God sustained him. He was permitted to see a glimpse of the Lord, and when he returned to the base of the mountain, his face shone, and the Israelites were afraid to approach him. For a time thereafter, he wore a veil in the presence of the Israelites, and only removed it when he entered the tabernacle to be before God. The Ten Commandments, as we know them, make clear God's design for his people's lives, that they keep themselves holy and honor him in all ways. They are the hallmark of a nation that loves God and loves each other. Following the Ten Commandments ensures a smoothly functioning society, which is to everyone's benefit. In Psalms we read, "The law of the Lord is perfect, and the commandment of the Lord is pure." Thank you, God, for your commandments. Come back tomorrow as the Israelites begin their approach to the Promised Land.